go for anything kind of similar to game one. See, tied is there, so they're playing in game one, but really didn't kind of hit off the ground as much as you saw a couple of rounds, but didn't hit small hits in July, but they were already in a position where OG were able to stick around and just turn around fights after it was used. Invoker is going to be the for we can, and something I guess is going to be a whole bit against us, OD.
Extra Invoker is alright. It's pretty good depending on how they like to skill. You would kind of put more points in Arcane Orb, you would go like 4, and then your 4 spirits would kind of just get demolished because the more points Arcane Orb does like 100 more damage to those units like per point. And at one stage you just one-shot them. So it was really hard. But nowadays, since a lot of ODs aren't skilling it, they're just putting more points into Astral Imprisonment because the skill just sucks level 1. I think it's not as hard of a as it used to be. And plus he's got that Earth Spirit roaming around, so he'll have help from dogfights as well, assuming he's going to be playing it. I think IGV is a little bit more stable this time around. They actually have good solutions for the hero that OG have picked up so far. It doesn't feel so, lopsided like they picked.
No. It's certainly feeling a little bit more around from IGV. They build to full set for game 2 against OG. And OG now, with their still looking for what we imagine to be No Tails, and of course JerAx's and Fly's selections. We'll see what goes on. We've certainly seen in the past the No-Tail bat rider, haven't we, Andy?
We know that he plays it. It's just a matter of who's more comfortable in what hero.
Yeah. And I guess I don't know if that would necessarily work because S4 was normally on the playmaker rather than the hard carrier off lanes. So
that's a good start counter.
Yeah, absolutely. Something to do that. Something as well that's I guess kind of nice with Odin set. You catch someone in an Astral, if you've got the you're going to be guaranteed to trap them in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a devastating combo. Heck, even last went to static, just pull them back into it, and they can't really do much about it. So
and also something that picked against them could have caused issues as
well. Yeah, I would say so. Disruptor is a bit of a weak support. I think if IGV were going to pick it, they'd probably have to pick it last.
Okay.
Because then, if OG is a Disruptor, that looks crazy weak. Just pick like an Undying or something and walk up there and punch him with your Bat Rider. There would be almost nothing that IGV could do about it. That's the one thing about Disruptor is he's not really that strong of a laner, but he adds kill potential. We have another hero with him that has damage. So in the cases that you're talking about, like getting the imprisonment into Static Storm, those are all very, very valid combos. It's just about getting him to that point where he actually has ult, because he's not spectacular during the first couple of creep waves.
IGV now. See what they do decide to take. Still, in July. And there's going to be the silencer. So something that we actually saw, it was OG banned out against IG Vitality in game 1, and IG Vitality able to get their hands on it. And I mean, that global silencer really caused a lot of issues for this lineup of heroes that aren't really going to be building into way of dealing with that. I mean, eventually the OG bat has Kibby, but that's it.
There's no yet on the OG either. No one who's getting a decent amount of farm like position. Yeah, I guess it's gonna have to be like or something, maybe as a Yule at some point. That's like the cheap items to deal with. I'm still like looking at this and thinking, wow, this is a good game. Like you can manta style and you can manta pretty much anything, and you just are free to do whatever you want. They have 3 heroes with mana pools. You can mana at any point. The only problem with it is that it's very farm heavy, and I think that IG Vitality has some potential on the back of things like global opening a fight with like a Shadow Blitz and a Spirit Initiation. So it's a bit hard to run, I would say, for the first like 20 to 25 minutes, but you can get a
what?
Okay, that's just a pure
All right.
That is a pure and simple Slark counter.
Okay. Isn't that kind of the pub mentality? I mean, is it really that hard of a counter to Slark? I mean, yeah, it's the whole, you get the vision when he's low, so he's not going to benefit from that. But other than that,
it's more about the Rupture, I think, than the vision. I mean, vision definitely helps, but Rupture lasts 12 seconds, right? So your Shadow Dance on Slark only lasts 4 at any level. So normally what you do on Slark is you pop your Dark Pact, and then you pounce in while you're Dark Pacting, and you Shadow Dance after. and then you Dark Pact as your Shadow Dance is ending, so you don't get disabled, right? So you have potentially like 12 seconds of invincibility against stunts. But if you're Ruptured, you pretty much got to freaking stand still that whole time, and you just can't do anything.
And this is the safe lane Bloodseeker, isn't it?
I don't know if doing it.
I'm hoping for JerAx roaming support Bloodseeker, jungling and running around that, but we'll see what we do here. Obviously, IG does do, and do you think it is going to be no tails or ban out the Conquer?
You can go though. They see Silencer as smart, and Silencer is not rotating.
And yeah, it's going to be a support Bloodseeker roaming. It's going to be probably JerAx playing it. By the way, Void, so it will be no tail Void. This is, I mean, OG certainly switching it up there game 2.
So the 6 synergy here is the Blood Rate plus Void combo. That's the actual dream. IG going for the full vision strat. We're going to get the Night Stalker and have the Slark, so they have double night vision heroes. They have vision restriction against the Batrunner. They're going to look to more play like a constricted style, win the lanes, try to do what they can during mid game to apply pressure to OG. I think. Oh God, I don't even know. I don't even know who's going to win this game, dude.
Well,
I would not have thought in 1,000 years that a team is going to pick Bloodseeker like that. But
if Bloodseeker jungle ends up winning, I don't think I'm queuing any pubs today, Andy.
I'm not going to queue a pub ever again. That's it. No. I'm just done.
So I'm sure everyone's rooting for RGV in this draft to just crush this Bloodseeker jungle. You know, Reddit might have an aneurysm if Bloodseeker wins it, and the Bloodseeker jungle
the big part is actually not bad because it hard Slark without having to commit a lot of farm. It's very hard to do that. You know, normally you think of like Ancient Apparitions, you can stop his regen and whatnot, and anything that gives a regen, but Bloodseeker, the beauty of it is that Rupture range is super long, so it's not really hard to get the spell off during a fight, and he has to be super careful around you, and if he ever does get to that low threshold, he's screwed. He'll never be able to go back in a fight, whereas a lot of the time, Slark's, you know, his main goal is to go in, get a kill, disengage, go in again, get another kill, disengage, but he can't do that if you get too low, so it makes it very hard to play the hero, undoubtedly.
Here we go, boys. Tango's on as to go. The jungle is being prepped. Oh boy, they get down, they get out.
It was a nice call by Fly to run it this way, because as soon as he saw Silencer, instead of trying to punish the Silencer pick in lane or anything like that, or pick a quote-unquote counter to the silence, it's more just, we're going to play super greedy, and we're going to get so much more out of the early game that it won't matter whatever teamfight potential you have with your global silence. And
the thing is as well, obviously, talking about teamfight potential of IGV, I mean, OG, you know, they've got Chronos, they've got, you know, whatever it's called, Bloodbright. And I never cast this hero. No one plays it. Yeah, Bloodbite and then Static Storm. They've got a huge amount of just a screw up in AoE.
Yeah, and Bloodrite Silence is very long as well. It's seconds.
Oh, so it is.
If you get chronoed, it guarantees a Bloodrite's going to land. It's also pure damage. Talking about game on an Anode, well, which is insane.
Oh, S4. He's having a bit of a trouble.
He's alright, I think.
What's he got? Got a roll. Stop
right into it.
And there's there's a lot of stacks in the palm. It is good enough. In fact, S4. He's going to start and ward them off to 7 stacks on Paparazzi.
It's going to really hurt if you get all that many stacks.
S4. 9 stacks. Oh. Yeah. 10 stacks. I don't think I've ever seen that per game. What? Coming in. Oh, yeah, right. Well, in fact, look, Super's coming with a wraparound. And this was kind of low. S4 might have got a bit cocky with the stacks. They do anything nice. S4 having a bit of an event playing it, but he's on as of yet. Yeah,
it's the
I mean, other things. What? See, how's he going?
I think he's gonna. Thank you. He had a lot of rage. Even for the poor man, so he can just get it as soon as he gets to the side shop to buy a second slipper, which should be soon because I think that they're doing it also. I don't think he'll ever, unless he makes a mistake during the mid game. They're really relying just farming. They can play with their hero because they have global well to back and just try to pick as much as they can for.
So what about Paparazzi? The S4, he should be A-okay here. Just kind of playing around with the side of IGV at the moment. I thought. So it seems to be much more of a start for both sides compared to the buff we saw in game 1. 1 to 4. Yeah. Yep, he's what, 2 minutes reaching onto the 4 nearly. And bottom lane back. Let's see if they can turn it down. Ashton, no doubt, in dogfights. He has got a time walk as well if he wants to chase it down. Just blocks in July. And just give IV a bit of a bit in July now, so he'll be okay.
I think IGV stuff now is there's things to have to do now. I want to shut down the Bloodseeker. You want to try to do what you can to shut down the safe lane. You want to win mid. It's like there are so many checkboxes that they have to tick here in the early game to get out ahead, and it's just it ain't gonna happen. There's no way. The best I can hope for is that Sakata outplays Anid and they win that lane. Because no matter what happens, S4 is gonna get his book eventually. He'll be able to go jungle at some point when JerAx decides that he wants to start moving out of the map. And No Tail's not being shut down, so it's oh god.
Okay, he's dead. In fact, it's Sakata who got the first blood as well. 2 kills happening at exactly the same time. So don't put kills in the chat, you mother truckers. 2 kills same time. Watch the more exciting one. I'm sure that one was a rubbish kill. He missed something. But anyway, 2 kills for IGV. And first blood for the Invoker. That's great. That's fantastic for Sakata.
Scenario. You want this guy to get a lot, so that way he can start applying pressure. He deals a lot of damage. They don't necessarily have like great setup for any of his spells, but if he still gets ahead, there's a great mental game. Regardless, he can have a lot of impact. So a start that not necessarily is perfect, but it's going in the right direction.
I mean, JerAx, so wise picks up in a few drops actually, and the brown boots. That's going to be a Midas. Is he going Midas this game? Is that what you have to do? I think he's just going to go treads.
Yeah, he bought the gloves first because that's the faster jungling thing, and then you just go for treads.
All right, so no Midas here today, boys. Don't worry, your pub won't run that much. JerAx going for the Bloodseeker gank. That's the Invis rune. Oh, he's on Tyler in the mid lane.
This is kill if he gets imprisoned.
At the same time, IGV are coming over as well. We'll see who kicks it over first. IGV, now they're actually going to head into the jungle. They're looking for that Bloodseeker, but Bloodseeker's mid. Sakata says, oh, hang on. Something's blocking me. They'll look for the Astral. Enterprise set up the time. It's going to hit perfectly. And silencing super as well. They're going to look to move in. Thunderstrike down onto the Invoker, but they haven't got enough damage, in fact, to finish it off.
A misplay by Fly, actually. He either didn't think that they were going to eat the glimpse or just didn't do it. Because he had the Thunderstrike on the entire time, had vision. He just didn't keep himself in range long enough to be able to get the glimpse off. Should have killed. That vision as well. Dogfights pretty much is exactly what's going on here in the lane.
Play around with Fly a little bit. Gets the stun off. Oh, what's this roll? What the heck? He's a little bit off point with that. Now JerAx coming across. He's going to look to chase this one down. Here comes the jungle Bloodseeker.
He is so
chop. Oh. All right. Well, he managed to deny the kill from JerAx, but it's a kill nonetheless.
He's 6. It's 5 minutes in.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, dude, Jungle Bloodseeker jungle's real festive. You don't mess with him. Middle lane, they're gonna
Anna. Feeling the pain here. There'll be a glimpse back onto the life flies. Come forward. Anna, can you survive this? Injuli's diving. He needs a bit of backup. There's no backup coming in. Oh, yeah, the salve of the Astral. That might just do it. And it will. And Sakata, he's tanking this up a fair bit. And one more touch and he's dead. Oh, the chrono, that'll do it. No Tail comes in to clean up the kill, but they make him dive. Anna with the plays there, keeping himself alive in the middle.
Yeah, that was really nice. And all these rotations have given us 4 a little bit of breathing room as well. He's managed to get level 5 himself. They're gonna find Paparazzi here. He does not have a TP. He does not have a TP. He's very dead. JerAx.
JerAx? Yeah?
No? JerAx? They don't have any. He's really scared that they're TPing for him
He
right
is
now.
absolutely terrified.
He is like, they are TPing for this guy. And he's like, oh wait, they're actually not TPing.
And Anna's like, well, if you won't do it, no.
I think he's dead. Yeah, he should be dead.
Ana could be in trouble though.
No, he was regening. The imprisonment takes off Thirst? What?
What?
Okay, I did not know that.
Alright, easy heals for the Slark.
Learning today.
And I think maybe in a bit of trouble. Flies coming across the field. Same. Oh no, it's not going to be enough.
Nice.
Astral's up again. The IGV surround him. Oh, nice sunstrike cap. But they still get the kill. Kill is there, so they find the punishment onto Ana. It just feels like OG maybe not really used to playing with a Bloodseeker on their team there, but who can blame them?
I think
we see him
JerAx
every
just
day.
like mind gamed himself super hard. He's like, I don't have any vision. There's no way IG are not teleporting to help their safe lane Slark, and he just stood there the entire 12 seconds with Rupture, and not a single person IGV planned on coming up there. But that's also the strength of playing off map, right? A lot of supports, they just never show themselves, so you just don't know what they're doing. Just being off map can create a guarantee it'll just turn into nothing, and then you kill the elite.
Well, this is well, game. It's a bit of a party. And this one certainly turning to be a little messy as well. But that's what we like to see. Unpredictability. A lot of fun across the map, and hopefully that should be fine. Sakata can't quite get close to getting anything in to stop that one, so he's out. Bottom lane, no tell. We'll have the chrono back up again in 10 seconds. Top lane, pressure being put on by IGV. Verge of taking this tier 1. Looks like there'll be a reaction from OG. This force coming along. Let's do what he can. See if he can get the deny. Oh, no, he can't. And in fact, S4 could be in trouble. Paparazzi and then Shadow Dance. The reconnect to try to hold back. It's not enough. The range from Super. Oh my goodness, diving in deep. What's happening here? There's a dead spirit. That's what no tell. And he did drop the chrono for that one. So, getting a kill return. And losing a core. Taking down support. G will be happier with that trade. Especially getting the tower as well on top of it.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a different field game, I guess. You can still look at the CS in the north, see how much that OG actually gave out early game. Because of having that, you know, level 7 jungle Bloodseeker at such an early stage, he's got more network than the mid player around his team, and that's something.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily good news or bad news for Ana. As Ana is indeed just a little bit behind the Invoker. No tell at the top of the network for the moment on Void. And may have a good chance to take out this tier 1 bottom. Actually, no. TPs are going to come. They are going to hold this. IGV coming around. The global silence online as well now from Super. So the next fight will be a hard one if you do decide to take it as a bit of a group. And JerAx, what is the build here for the Bloodseeker then? After the trades?
I honestly have a freaking idea what he's going to make.
Is it the Dow? Are we going to see Bloodseeker here in this competitive game?
I actually see enough competitive security to know if there's a build. So we need Milk in here, because that was Bloodseeker. And I never play this hero, so I would... your guess is good, honestly.
We'll see if they're able to find any... Yeah, they're coming into the jungle. And they did, of course, spot Paparazzi in the neighborhood. And they have got a Rupture. And also a Lasso as well. So a lot of talks are locking down, but there's global silence. So we'll see how quickly Super reacts to maybe trying to save Paparazzi. Let's see, they spot him out now. What the play going to be? Rupture's already down. Paparazzi with the Shadow Dance, and he's going to go for the TP out, but the Flame Break there to cancel it. Paparazzi down. And it'll be taken out, and Super not even flinching. Not feeling like a global could saved in there. As it probably did look like the Slark was screwed whatever happened.
Well, if you can time the global between the Rupture and other spells, then he can just TP out. That's one thing that you can always do to escape. But I think he just deemed it not worthy to global for that. I don't know. Maybe he could have saved them, maybe not. It was a risky play though, and sometimes when you're playing Silencer, when you have that ultimate cooldown, it's pretty long. It's 130 seconds, and if you mess it up, it's like even worse because the enemy can just continue to run at you.
You can see TV actually moving, Sakata and Dogfight down towards the bottom lane, maybe hoping that OG will come in for some sort of a defense, and they can look to try and take a team fight, but OG themselves, they're just hanging around in IGV's half of the map, taking the jungle away from them, and now looking to take No Tail at the moment, 1900 gold. Do you think he's just aiming for a quick blink this game, avoid?
It would be very strong in regards to team fights, because they actually have a lot of damage. He could just go. Well, he went Aquila, so I don't think he's gonna go Vlad's. He could just go like straight Manta, I guess. It's not bad. Dispels the silence from the global. Allows it to. Wouldn't be a bad choice.
I can see a lot deep top. I'll give you a fight this. You know, in a deep. Oh! What? Sort of blood could have. He had. Couldn't get close enough. No Tail will take down the silencer. And now they look towards IGV's dogfights, the rupture, the lasso, everything down on them. They'll get a second.
That ward, man.
Ooh.
That ward was the real MVP. All 3 IGV in the area gives No Tail the easiest chrono of his life. Stuff. You get the ward though, which is something.
Absolutely. I mean, that could have been even messier if Fly was just a couple of steps closer. He had that static storm, but even without it, a clear team fight win for OG.
It looks like JerAx will also be going for the drums build, so just going for more stats. The one thing about Bloodseeker is he is very squishy, even if you have a lot of farm, because Blood Rage just makes you take an insane amount of damage. So a lot of people who play the hero build like stats, like drums, SNY, blade mail, stuff like that. Anything that will punish the enemy team for going on you.
The question is, I mean, but they're going to try and make it again, even without the crap. They've still got Rupture, they've still got Static Storm.
I mean, Rupture is a very short cooldown, so they're pretty much just going to have it.
Well, let's see what they can find with it. Moving over at the moment, Sakata kind of in the neighborhood of the Ancients towards the mid.
Did they not see the Ancients? Oh, they don't have night vision. They didn't see the Invoker Horde Spirits hitting the Ancients.
And they're just going for the easier kill mid. Super has been spotted out. They'll Astral up the Earth Spirit to make sure there's no kind of safe, but ooh, he is dead. And can they get themselves? And doesn't look like they can. But what the old Rupture glimpse there.
That was painful. I think he just hit for like 500 damage when he got glimpsed. And that's only level 1 Rupture. It's only going to get worse. And the synergy between those heroes is actually insane. Like, you Rupture somebody, if they get too low and they're running away, they get glimpsed, and you just splat.
Oh,
although I think the cutoff range is like 1300, so if they're actually max range, they don't get this damage. I'm not actually sure of the interaction. Is it's supposed to be like if you go more than 1300 range in like a second, you don't take damage?
Yeah, so like what blink can avoid it, can't it?
If you're running, you have to like run and then blink, or blink and then run.
Yeah.
Nice paparazzi. Didn't glimpse?
Dude, no, I don't think he had the vision. I think he was just outside of the field.
Like literally right on his face.
No, I think he was just outside. He must have. I would have access.
I mean, the way that he made it interesting.
All right, time for my. He's going to spot at the Slark. A lot of scribbles being drawn by Fly as well, just warning the team that the IGV may be in the neighborhood wanting to do something, and OG want to try and tackle it on.
They're pinging out the ward right now. They're just looking to de-ward it. Yeah, the vision game on the side of IGV is going to make it really difficult for OD to find the fights they're looking for, which is why the Slark Nightstop combination is so potent. Because look at the map right now, like OG don't have a ward up. They just got nothing. They can't see any part of the map.
Oh, they got one here, Andy. Top left.
Wait, where? Oh yeah, sorry, they have one lane ward, excuse me. But, I mean, that vision...
Other than that, yeah.
That vision doesn't really help them at this current juncture. So it might as well not even be there.
We can see G certainly wanting to try and do something over this half of the map. They've got Chrono at the same time. At this timing, Super has that global. So it is all about who gets the jump on who. As we're still at a stage of the game where, no one with any kind of Yules, BKB or Manta, anything to remove that global stance is at the ready. So it's still a very, very strong point for IGV to find a pick if they can get themselves in position for it. And Sakata's farm, he's keeping it up. It's just slightly behind the top 2 on the board, but it's still very, very close at the moment. A lot closer, of course, than game 1. This is looking to be a lot stronger of a performance from IGV and pretty much the level we expected from them.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just, when they first picked that rider, OG, they kind of set the tone for the style that they wanted to play. And IGV just countered with the proper heroes. You know, Night Stalker and Slark are pretty much two of the best heroes in the business. Not to mention that Silencer being able to stop any follow from a massive target or a Chrono. So they have really good ways at stopping OG's momentum. It's going to come down a lot to when IGV decided they actually want to fight. For now, it seems like they're content to just go for trade. Although that much of a trade, they just lost their 2-2. And just let, you know, Paparazzi try to get whatever farm they can, and that Sakata and Paparazzi together can kind of carry that mid-late game in regard to team fights and just abuse the fact that they're almost always going to have the vision advantage.
Both teams really kind of avoiding each other at the moment. In terms of Paparazzi's build, I guess, yeah, well, it's going to be what the Echo Saber next.
Either that or BKB. I mean,
that's
really...
what I was thinking. I mean, does a quick BKB help you that much this game? I mean, there's obviously a lot that goes through it. But I guess you need it against the Disruptor. The next time is too much.
I don't know that dude.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that you have to worry about, you know, trying to dark pack this game. If you get ruptured on top of any other soul, it's sure you're gonna die. Because the second soul ends up killing you. You just get ruptured, you're magic me. You are a way that you can escape. You know, you teleport out. And once you get chronoed, there's no other way. Well, I guess they could lasso you too. So maybe, I don't know. It's a hard game, I realize, but if he gets like BKB plus something else, gotta.
Oh no, they glimpsed him out the chrono. Oh, it doesn't matter. Gotta have a blue ball soon. The stat storm's laid down. So a little bit of an interesting pick, but it works. OG get the kill, taking down Sakata. With one man off the map, OG will feel confident to move into the pit. And IGV, yeah, without that Invoker, unlikely to want to try and do anything around there. I mean, maybe Paparazzi tries for a play, but it would be incredibly risky for him to do so. As Roshan falls quick, it falls fast. Here's Shadow Bladed up. They're going to do anything now. Too late anyway. OG get it. They'll take Roche. They'll get the Aegis onto Noto.
There we go.
Oh, easiest kill of Paparazzi's life.
Aegis down.
Oh, takes the Aegis down. Now looks towards JerAx. OG messing up here as IGV find a few easy ones. Dogfights will go down in return. The global comes out. They're going to look to focus their efforts onto Ana. In July, and Paparazzi closed the way, but the Sanities is dropped down. They're incredibly low. S4 with the lasso onto Paparazzi. Sunstrike coming through on top, but it's not enough damage. OG now looking for more. Chasing down in July with the Diffuser Blade charge. The first hit bash. He should go down as well, and he D-will to the astral damage. So OG, little bit of getting caught out very awkwardly as they came back into their jungle, but they do manage to make the best of it at the end of it all, and hit back hard against IGV.
The fight would have been really good for IGV if the Diffusal Blade wasn't freshly purchased there on No-Tail. It made a really big difference because he was able to get rid of the global straight away, just go right back into the fight after he respawned in the Aegis and deal a tremendous amount of damage. He actually used like 4 charges in that one fight, so his first Diffusal Blade level is already halfway done. It's tricky right now for IGV. I think if they wait, you know, for the Slark to finish up the BB, it might be a bit easier for them. I mean, obviously having the Magic Immunity and a 10-second BKB, he's going to cut through the supports on the side of OG very fast. Like we mentioned before, Bloodseeker is not innately that tanky. He just buffs the heroes on your team with Blood Rage to give him a huge amount of DPS and cast Rupture on one of your cores, and that's pretty much all he does. So I'm still thinking that IGV had a shot here. It just depends on how the fight goes.
I mean, there's probably the actual difference at the moment between the teams. OG have just started to get a bit of a lead, but yeah, the stage 4K, and it's not the end of the road for IGV. A good team fight can turn it around. As we've seen, very much with the lineup of the capabilities to turn it, especially as you mentioned with that Diffusal pickup on No-Tail, who's also very close as well to being able to pick up the Ultimate Orb and get that Manta slot done, and we just know then how much the damage output of this Void Serapis with the Manta Diffusal online if he gets a good chrono.
Also, it's against Silencer. Like, there's nothing you can do at that point. Because he's either he can offensively Diffusal and then Manta himself when he gets silenced, or he can like dispel one of his teammates' globals and then Manta himself. Like there's a lot of plays you can make with it, so his itemization of the game is on point.
Oh, OG. I'm going to smoke up, and yeah, they're going to try and make a move down here. That smoke, I believe, was outside of the range of that wall. I think that wall might have caught a little bit of it.
Nah, I don't think so. They would have had to have been. They would have had to have been watching the area to see the edge of the smoke.
Yeah.
I don't think Sakata got the memo, so he's probably dead.
Yep, no tell, no messing. Drops the chrono immediately. The question is, can they find themselves anything more? Dogfights is actually coming across onto this one. Masana's coming out onto 2, but it's been ruptured already. Dogfight's trying to get himself out of this, but the blood right's down. He's gone. A second pick by OG. Take 2. And now, another fight. They didn't use the global silence. Super is being very diligent in holding on to that for the perfect opportunity, and of course he still needs the rest of his team back alive. As OG now putting the pressure on the high ground. Paparazzi coming across. Going to make a bit of a jump onto the peak beat. Tries to focus Nota, but Nota just time walks it off. Paparazzi, who can he get a lock on now? Now the global silence comes out, but Paparazzi, he just doesn't find anything there. There'll be a glimpse back into the hands of Anna as Night Stalker falls. And IGV dropping a lot on that defensive. They may have slowed down OG a little bit, but they don't find any kills, and they lose their Night Stalker.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest fight for IG. I think they really need to wait for Injuly to get his Aghanim's finished. That's going to be when they can take the most reliable engagements. Just having the vision is really what their team focuses on the most. Between the Slark and the Night Stalker both being able to restrict the Bat Rider from being able to go in, and heck, really anyone, because they have multiple initiators now on the side of OG, being able to rupture somebody, you know, Blink Bat, Void will eventually get Blink, I assume, after the Manta Style's done. And you're going to have to worry about, like, multiple pronged initiations, and you need vision to defend against stuff like that. So for now, IGV just need to continue to play the farm game. The issue really stems from the fact that even though their core's staying consistent, no one else on their team has farm. It's just the Slark and the Invoker, that's it.
Andy, am I drunk? What does JerAx Bloodseeker do? I don't think I've seen even pubs. Oh, yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it lowers the cooldown by 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it even says, well, I'm a retard. Hello, everyone. Right, okay. So, Aghanim's Bloodseeker, nearly good go on JerAx.
That's really painful, because you can just rupture the Slark twice, so you can rupture the Invoker and the Slark or whatever, and then it's like, alright, well, 12 seconds of doing nothing.
Oh. Well, time walk is. Okay.
He does not like time walking damage, by the way. He has not done it very much. I think he's just relying on Blood Rage. He just like.
I mean, Blood Rage is it does a lot. I mean, look at those heals. That it's a balance.
It's like I don't need to time walk. I'll just make my support
heal.
Blood Rage me.
Plus 500. Very nice.
It's going to spot all this movement here from the side of OG, so not having a gem just yet. A little bit unorthodox, actually, to not have a gem at this stage when you have Bat Rider. Usually that's like one of the go-tos. As soon as you have Blink Force, you just buy the gem so you can deward everything and ensure that your initiations are not going to be scouted out. But it looks like S4 is not going to be going for that just yet. Maybe he wants Yules, actually, or a Lotus Orb, before he goes for the gem, so that way he can reliably dispel silence.
Oh. In for 7, 25 minutes in, IGV, they're certainly going to keep the game going along in the game 1.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is... And how do you go about a perfect fight here for IGV? As you said, you need the Axe on in July, which he has nearly got done.
You kind of got to kill...
Yeah.
You got to pop a hero really fast, so maybe the Disruptor, maybe the Bat Rider if you can catch them, or the Bloodseeker, those are probably the best targets. The Void and the OD are very hard to kill. Hurricane Pike on Anna, he's also got 2,000 health. Manta and Diffusal done on Void, so you can't really engage on them. But you can assuredly, with the Aghanim and the Night Stalker, find the backline and try to poke it with the Slark and the Night Stalker and get a kill that way. If you can global on top of that initiation and get those kills, then you can really get the fight going in favor. Or if OG initiate on you and you get a properly timed global, you can try to counter engage. Those are probably the two best case scenarios. But killing a hero in the beginning of the global is probably the best way. Because you want to make the fight a 4v5 with the global.
OG to get themselves in position again for another bit of a push down bottom. The final tier 2 that stands on IV's side of the map looks to be the target. They're not going to have no tail for this one though. Actually teaming down to bottom. He can get a solo kill if he lands a chrono. Paparazzi's already back. He can't quite find the opening, and it is simply just going to be backing off here from OG. Not wanting to take a fight on this bottom lane with no tail not being there anymore. No, just head back, clear out the other lanes. I mean, do you feel that OG are under any kind of pressure this game, or are they pretty chill? against RGV's heroes?
It depends on how fast the Slark can farm. I think if Paparazzi gets, another item on top of his Silver Edge, before Ana has like a Hex or a Shivas, I think that there is potential for them to turn the game, because the OD needs some form of control to blow up the Slark, outside of just relying on the Bloodseeker. Although they could be saying to themselves that double Rupture is going to be more than enough for Paparazzi at every stage in the game. That's also a possibility. If that's the case, and just having 2 Ruptures is enough to deal with the Slark, then I don't think that IGV would ever be able to potentially outscale OG unless they mess up in the fight.
That's all. Sweeping across the enemy, just kind of maintaining control around this area near the Roche bit. And it's going to be up in just over a minute. IGV just avoiding all movements, keeping themselves back on the high ground. So OG...
They just did the wraparound to look for wards. That's basically what they were doing. So they had no more vision on the side of IGV. So they get a fresh set of wards up. Looks like Super has a couple in his inventory right now that he's going to track it down. This is the part that becomes really annoying for IGV, because normally you want to be playing the vision game. That's why you pick, your Night Stalker. That's why you pick the Slark. But they're kind of being restricted because they're just very far behind in regards to item progression. And team fight OG is insanely strong. Having 2 Ruptures, having a huge A silence like Blood Right, Static Storm, and Chrono just makes it so IGV finding that opening to get picked just ain't happening, because the rest of OG are just sticking together.
This bottom tower in trouble. RGV looking for some trades across as Sakata puts the pressure on. Looking to raise up onto the tier 3 down bottom, mid and tier 1. And she's still standing. Looks like they aren't able to finish it off, so OG take a turn. Nothing in trade at the moment. Patsy sweeping across. They want to try and catch OG on the back of this S4. Blink down, forces out No Tail with the Chrono, but he gets silenced. Pops the Manta, looking to take down Angelai, but Angelai incredibly tanky. Global Silence comes out now. S4 stuck up on the high ground. The Sunstrike comes down. They'll take the bat. Gem hits the deck. Paparazzi just to pounce over. He's trying to look for the kill onto Fly, but Paparazzi, he's actually just going to TP out of this one. He's terrified. Gets himself out of there, so it does just end the 1-for-1 trade. The gem still sits there.
He's gonna send the courier out, that's the question. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's got it. So recover the gem.
And they took IGV's gem too.
Oh boy.
Not the greatest. Sakata's trying to do what he can here. He's actually pulling the creeps away from mid while simultaneously hitting it with his tower. Or hitting it with the Forge Spirits, because he knows that the tower doesn't have backdoor protection. So nice little play there. Might end up getting denied, but Routs is in the area.
And just sweeping behind. I don't think he can get any of the supports. He's going to get onto the fly.
Free gem! Free gem!
He didn't the courier's dead! Fly! Oh, he's going to live. The glimpse back is there.
Alright,
and now Paparazzi could be in trouble. He's been ruptured. Blood Right's down, and Paparazzi pays with his life. And there they have it. The gem again.
So courier
gems
for the
everywhere.
Slark. I think actually the Slark is worth more than a courier at this point.
Now off the back of this, OG looking to find more. Lassoed, ruptured, everything. Injuries out. 2 kills for OG. They maintain control of the gem this game.
Sakata though, he's applying pressure to this top tower. It's almost dead actually.
I did the serious bit there. This is what it's going to be all about.
Boop.
The Invoker rat, I mean, he's got 4k gold. So he himself is doing good, but as we can see, OG into the pit. Actually not going to be finishing it off here. There may be time for IGV to do something about this. Just under 20 seconds before they've got the full team back up. So they may be able to contest Roshan.
It's good communication though by OG, because they recognize enemies like, I'm showing a lane, so you guys need to make sure that you're backing before the rest of us get in the area. Because fighting around that part of the map with the Night Stalker being up a couple of seconds and having ads is very scary.
Oh, losing Soup though! Soup was just about to have global back off cooldown. He can buy back though.
He just YOLO blinked at the clip.
Look at this towards mid S4. He's got this onto Dogfighter's trying to roll in onto Anna. There'll be a buyback, but the croc came out from No Tail onto 2, but he himself doesn't have the damage on his own. Has to get himself back down and out. So Chrono used. Buyback's been used. There's global silence. No Tail actually blinking in. Looking to chase for more. S4 has a lasso available with the 4 members of RG here. Coming down with the EM. S4 in trouble as Paparazzi jumps in, takes down the bat. Anna cleans up the Earth Spirit. Astrals himself Will they find anything more here? Paparazzi? Ah, he's been spotted. They've got the vision. They rupture him. No doubt. Chasing in. Hits first hit bash onto Super. It's going to be a dieback on the silencer. Looking to find more as well. The glimpse back onto Paparazzi. OG take a fourth. Looks like Sakata was able to TP back to base. But again, another very painful fight for IGV. It's 23-9. And it's starting to get to the point where IGV, again, like in game one, are forced into a position where it's very hard to pull the game back from.
I mean, Sakata's going to do what he can here, but you already mentioned, it's tough. I guess the one thing that IGV can take solace in is the fact that OG don't really kill base super fast. So they might have time to make one last-ditch effort here. Nice deafening.
He's trying, but there's the rupture. The Bloodseeker. Not be enough. Silent comes out. They have got the vision. The illusion's bashing into him. No tell. Time walks out. Paparazzi's actually going to jump down. They're wasting the stun hits. The static storm from flying. Maybe some. No, they still get it. They just need the punches. Light gets out.
They didn't get racks either.
That's a lot of money going the way of Slark as well. He was able to end that godlike streak of No Tail. And what's he picking up that money? And nothing for the time being.
He did buy something. Wait. Who got the kill? Yeah, Slark got the kill. Why doesn't he have any money? Oh, because he bought back, that's why. He only had the money for the kill.
So it was reduced by the buyback penalty.
Yeah,
okay, so it's kind of bad that he got the last touch then.
Pretty much.
That's gold, like, no, gone.
It's gold waste, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a DD. He can punch someone's head in.
Yeah, OG need to be very careful now.
Alright, off you go, boys. Deny that tower. I'm going to look for Roche, and yeah, with no tail, this should be a free Roche for RG. I don't think OG could do anything about it, can they?
No, definitely not. And scouting S4 out and the rest of OG with the ward, I think that OG probably know this is happening, but they don't really want to take the risk of giving ID two really good fights back to back. Barrel's going to get an Aegis. He doesn't have a TP scroll though. It's going to take a little bit for IG to push the waves out. That's also another thing that is going to become relevant the longer the game goes, is IG have pretty poor wave clear. Like Slark is okay, and Invoker is pretty good, but that's about it. None of the other heroes can really play the lane game that well. Whereas OG have like Batrider who clears waves fast, you know, Bloodright, it's a 15-second cooldown, you can pretty much spam it. OD kills creeps extremely fast. And if it, push comes to shove, if they're just trying to buy time, I think that OG are going to be able to do a pretty good job at keeping the lanes pushed. And they're also very good at not getting picked. That's another part about the game that's been kind of standout for me, is OG's communication and just staying together, not letting the Night Stalker and the Slark kind of run all over them during the mid-game. That's like the hallmark of a good team. You just need to know what the enemy team wants to do at every given point. And can somebody please do that tower mid?
I mean, it's free vision, Andy.
23 health! Come on, Anna. You're 9k. Go freaking hit the tower one time. They gotta be keeping it alive for like some next level bait or something, I don't know.
It's the tower bait. I want them to go for it.
If one hero hits that tower one time, it's dead. Alright, there's gotta be some reason they're not doing it, obviously.
What's JerAx running now?
I don't know. Maybe BKB? Really, actually, he might build something like Aura, like AC or something instead. That would actually be really solid for this game. Because I think Bloodseeker is the hero who doesn't really transition into a pure right-clicker, but you can build items that support the aim, like Vlad's, AC, stuff like that. Maybe a Basher into Abyssal Blade or something, just for a little bit more crowd control. Or, you just make a Dagon because you're Bloodseeker.
We have it. Scythe picked up on Anna.
This is the super scary point now for IGV, because if a hero gets hexed, it ain't living. It's just dead. And it does a ridiculous amount of damage with the int scaling that he has. That's not including like just Blood Rage. Blood Rage, Sanity's Eclipse with 40% more damage. You're just gonna... I think you die so hard, your game actually just gets uninstalled.
It's gonna be ridiculous. He's allowed the pre-rain to punch in these fights, which is obviously very likely with the amount of crowd control that the OG have. Well, Paparazzi, King of DDs, he's found himself another one. Coming across. I mean, we'll see how carefully he plays. This is
that tower. He's gonna come in for it. Boop. There we go.
He killed.
And that's what happens when you don't deny your tower.
I mean, I guess, yeah, we're keeping it for vision and a position to TP into from, but Paparazzi's going to be happy with that moolah for the team.
I mean, it's kind of getting to that point where OG aren't feeling super comfortable on the map anymore. IGV have good vision. The Night Stalker Ags is in effect. It's natural nighttime as well. They still have the potential to get this Slark out of control. Now that's going to be coming out of the time. It's going to be on Sakata, so Link Hex into some Invoker spells can easily get a kill at this stage, especially considering the fact that, you know, Ana does not have BKB.
Just around each other. They got a smoke. Oh, they just, yeah, there we go. Coming in the cover, so picked up. IGV ready to go.
Oh, they scanned it. They know exactly where they are. They are also smoked as well.
They want to do it. No tell. He wants to look for a chrono, maybe. S4's going to be the first one to go in. Another up shot onto Paparazzi, but Paparazzi wants the BKB. The silence comes out.
Look
at the Hex onto Spirit. No. Force back. He still has chrono. Jumps in. Who gets the rhythm here? Absolutely massive. The Saturn's Eclipse comes down. The Aegis has gone. 2 dying by the side. They should be able to kill Paparazzi again. He does not have the BKB. It's already been used this fight. Poor dead. Blight will pay with his life, but IGV getting absolutely shredded there.
There's that fight was very well executed by OG. It's important to understand that the Void is very dangerous for him to lead in, because if he gets hexed like that by Sakata, he did the right thing. It's just a matter of the rest of the team not being able to follow up fast enough to get the kill. So ideally, like, you hex the Void, you global, and you kill them straight up. That way they don't have that AO team fight control. But the problem is, a lot of the cores on the side of IG are all melee. So there's a good chance that if No Tail doesn't die in the Hex, he's gonna get a good counter chrono. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. Because he pops the BKB, the Hex result, there was no follow-up damage on him. And that team fight just went disastrously for that reason alone. You have to kill the Void. If the Void doesn't die, chrono comes up, and it gets free reign, drops the sanities, and you saw what happened.
Top end, look for Ana. That's got the lasso controlling in July for the time being. They are at the moment. Still at focus. S4 pops the BK has no, so just do best to force them back. BKB is alive. Richard wanting to out. He's going to speed to base, so he's okay. They just take charge of the rupture, drop down onto Nightstalker. He can't get himself back though. And the lose in July, dogfights, controlling Ana. Sakata coming in with the combo, lands it straight onto the OD. A huge bit of gold in his way as they'll crush Ana. Think anything more here. S4 just into them blinking out. Looking to chase him down. Roll forward, it's Duke down. S4 with the Dukes. He's been silent. So he's only getting himself out of this one. A double kill for Sakata as they clip another. No Tail comes in with Chrono. Catch out to Manta style out. Look at the Invoker kill. He'll find it. First towards the fight. Takes the Earth Spirit as well. And Paparazzi do anything with this one. Super in trouble. No Tail is just kind of leading this game at this stage. Paparazzi. Like JerAx. Hotel, coming across, No Tail got himself a triple. He'd love to get himself an ultra. He's chasing down the Slark. On JerAx, give it to the boy and he will. No Tail takes the ultra kill. IGV all hit the deck. Despite their best efforts to push them back, they're going to have to do it again shortly, and Slark does not have buybacks. Sakata does on the Invoker. They should have a Spirit and Silencer back up the next fight. But the base in tatters, they're only holding on to a track down bottom, and a percentage of the life of this JerAx up, and now they're also one step down. And no, he's for the action, looking for kills, going on danger. The buyback to Kyle, put him off guard. No Tail, time will talk. Good kid, looks towards the Invoker. The rope just from JerAx is there. No bash into the Invoker, trying to get the dive. He will. No Tail takes down Sakata. In July, S was there with the lasso. The global silence comes out. It is going to save in July. No, the flame break ticks him down. S4 takes another. Super, the last remaining survivor here on the side of IGB. And GG is called. OG do it again in game 2, 35-13. What display at the end of the day there.
I don't think I've ever
that. JerAx fighting back on.
In the history of competitive Dota, I don't think I ever said the team with Bloodseeker outdrafted their opponent, but I actually think that OG's draft was better this game. For the sole reason that they understood how IGV had to play the early game, and just how much abuse they could get out of having a 6-minute level 6 Bloodseeker being able to press the map, get blood Rage is a good player if he gets 1 health, Blood Rage in a safe lane, whatever. Picking a core that naturally builds into Manta Diffusal, whereas a lot of other heroes don't really want to make those items in Junction because they just don't offer that much. But Void's natural buildup just does so much against a Silencer that even if you have a Chrono, it doesn't really matter that much because No Tails and Progression, who also played very well, by the way, it's on point. So, yeah, OG they honestly seem to be on another level than IGV in this series.